Hello, Brawlers. It's your boy, Zionic Blitter, and, well, it's been a few months since I showed off my Bakugan collection, and surprisingly, the collection has doubled since then. So it's only fitting to make an update video of what I've picked up. I know you guys have liked the last video that I made, so why not make a sequel to it? But before we show off the Bakugan, first I want to show you the promotional stuff that I have before that. So, first things up are these posters. If I can get them into frame. Oh no, I can't get them into frame. Oh no, oh no, they're too big. But yeah, a couple months ago, they had a Bakugan summer training camp at Toys R Us, and they were giving away posters. So they have one for pretty much each faction. Haos, Aurelus, you know. Yes, the Mega Ultra Chicken. Oddly enough, these are just like PNGs that they put onto a background, which is okay. These are like stock images of the Bakugan. It's not like original art or anything. Here is the Aquos one, the Darkus one, the Ventus one, and then we go full circle. But a month later, they decided that they wanted to do another promo event. So at this time, they were giving away free Bakugan as well as the cards. But first off, the Bakugan. Now, I ended up getting a Ventus Nilius. I did not have this in my collection, so it was a great add-on. Now, obviously, just put that over here, and that's Ventus Nilius. He's actually a decent guy for a mono Ventus Energize deck. He's pretty much the only Bakugan that gets a boost when you have the most energy. So that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. And interestingly, the coolest part of the promos is that the cards are in these seals like this. Honestly, they should do that for their main releases, because it takes care of the cards a lot better than how they currently have that right now. And here's the bag. I don't know if there's anything crazy on the bag. Imported Chando Street. Yeah, nothing crazy. There's a barcode over here. Warning hazards. Just a bunch of legal stuff that covers their butt if something were to happen, or just gets by a law or everything. And I'm just trying to put it back into the bag because I want to keep the bag just cause. But yeah, well, I guess that's the first Bakugan I end up showing off. So I guess I have to show off the Ventus Bakugan first, at least after I show off the diamonds, because I know you guys love Diamond Bakugan. But before we get to that, let's show off the promo cards. I ended up getting a few of them. I had a friend with me that was able to get me a bonus, because the Toys R Us that I went to were a bit more stingy with it. So I got a Hyper Serpentines Ultra, couple Titan Maxitors, and Fire Boost. I got this one. My friend got me this, and then I found these two on the floor in the Toys R Us. So a win-win, pretty much. I'm missing a couple, but honestly, the cards aren't really competitively good. You really just pick them up because they're there. I mean, they're cool shinies, but really at the end of the day, that's all they are. But now, let's take a look at the main attraction of this video, that being the Bakugan themselves. Let me get a nice shot of that. Move that over here. And I think we'll go with the diamonds first. I think I have the same amount of diamonds compared to my older collection. I'm not showing any, not going to be showing any of the stuff that I got from my last video. So if you want to see what my complete collection is, I suggest you watch that video as well, so you know everything that I have. But the first diamond I think we'll get to is Diamond Garganoid Ultra. Whoops. Diamond Garganoid Ultra. Let me get a better shot of that. There we go. A bit dusty, but it'll do. But yeah, I was actually pretty hyped up when I picked this guy up, because I picked this up a week after I got the Diamond Hydrus, which I was looking for a really long time. So finding this one was pretty cool. Plus Garganoid is a pretty cool Bakugan. He's not really a Bakugan that I use, the Darkus Garganoid, because really the only one worth using is the Aurelus one because of how powerful it is. But even then, it's going to get outclassed by Hydronoid when that comes out. It's already out in the US, but I live in Canada, so yeah, let's see if I can... Ah! Oh, that spooked me. But, bam. That is Garganoid opened up. He has a lot of clear plastic, which honestly is really cool, because the earlier Ultra Bakugan, they're like either 50-50 with how much opaque plastic they had compared to the clear plastic, or they were mainly opaque plastic and only some parts were see-through, like with the Hydrus. Is it Hydrus? Yeah, the Aquos Hydrus Ultra. That one was mainly opaque plastic. So if you looked at it in this ball form, you wouldn't know if it was a diamond unless you really looked at it. But yeah, he's a cool guy, and this also has a glittery or pearl-like coloring on the opaque side. So that's pretty cool. Now the Bakugan, the second diamond that I ended up getting from this side of the collection was Trox Ultra. I was looking for Ventus Trox Ultra for a really, really long time. I literally spent a collective of 5 recorded hours of Bakugan hunting videos looking for this Bakugan, and you want to know where I end up finding him? I ended up finding him on toysrus.ca. So spent all that time hunting it just for it to show up online. But yeah, after I found it, I was kind of empty, because it was like, well, that's the magnum opus. That's the one that I was looking for so long. So can I really continue on with hunting Bakugan? Because, I mean, my search for Ventus Trox Ultra made me lose the interest of hunting for Diamond Bakugan, because they were so rare that it wasn't really worth it, because even if you spend an entire day looking for it, you're not going to get it. So I end up just really... I check the Walmart if I'm there already. I don't go out of my way to go Bakugan hunting like I used to do. I just check the Walmarts that I'm near, and I make a compilation video of all that. But I mainly check online, because you'll see with the next trio of diamonds, pretty much I've just been finding... I think I found like half of my diamonds now on the internet, or at least a third of the diamonds that I have. I found them because I found them online. But anyways, let me just check the battery, see if we're cool. I don't know if we're cool or not. But next is, let's go with another Ultra, Diamond Gortheon Ultra. It's monkey time. Now, I just made an unboxing video of the Diamond Gortheon starter pack, so if you have not watched it, check out my channel. It's one of the more recent uploads, so you should be able to find it. But yeah, Haos diamonds look really... I think the mix of white and the teal, or is the baby blue, really help with the diamond aesthetic. And bam. This is the diamond version of Leah Venegas's main Bakugan, which surprised me because I thought it was Pegatrix, but Pegatrix doesn't really show up until later. I guess because of the promotional art, they show in the promotional art, they really show Pegatrix. Mainly, maybe because it's the more advertiser, not the advertiser friendly, but it's uh, the Bakugan that's more likely to catch your eye. A Pegasus versus a gorilla. I mean, we have gorillas in real life. I don't know why Vestroya has their own take of gorillas. Wait, why just I don't want to get I don't want to get into that. That's a whole different thing. But next up is bada bing, Serpentes core. Pretty cool. Serpentes core isn't a good Bakugan. At least the Aquos one isn't good. The only good Serpentes core is its evolution, which is the Pyrus one. And these guys have trouble sitting, so you will really want to use a back core and have them sit up like that if you're trying to do like a whole display kind of thing. But it honestly, as a diamond, it looks amazing. It probably has the most clear plastic out of every other. I'm not sure, but it looks like it has the most clear plastic compared to every other diamond Bakugan, which is honestly really cool. It's a shame that it's not good at all. That's my biggest gripe with it. There was a guy at our draft. He needed to use a Aquos Bakugan, and he got an evolution for Serpentes. So I was like, oh, I might as well just use a Serpentes. But he ended up not being able to evolve because Serpentes evolutions are kind of pricey. I think they're either 3 or 5, but they're kind of up there. So you'd rather not want to use it. And his base stats and stats are general are just really, really bad. So I watched an entire game where he won two brawls with his first 2 Bakugan, but then for the rest of the game, he was stuck on this guy because he could not get it to win. It was just a big mess, and yeah, of course he lost because he couldn't get anything done. But next up is the most interesting Diamond Bakugan, Diamond Fangzor, because this is supposed to be Pyrus, but they got too excited with painting Diamond Bakugan green, because at least in the beginning stages of Bakugan, most of the Diamond Bakugan were Ventus, so they ended up making Fangzor with the Ventus paint. So it's just assumed that if you see a Diamond Fangzor, it is Pyrus. So yeah, at least it's cool. They're not going to do a reprint of it anytime soon, or I don't know. They say they're not going to do so, but companies say things all the time, so you never really know. But yeah, Pyrus Fangzor is now a Ventus. If it gets reprinted, this one will probably be a lot more rarer. I'm not sure, but he looks cool. Not really worth using. They're better Bakugan to use, but hey, when are you gonna? There's very few Diamond Bakugan that are worth using. But next, let's say we'll do the Ventus Bakugan next, because I showed off Ventus Nilius earlier, so we'll get to that. First things first is we're going to show off Ventus Pegatrix. Yeah, he's pretty cool in its ball. She's pretty cool in the ball form. But really, the coolest thing about Ventus Pegatrix is pretty much the stats. Like, she has some really great stats. Base stats are great too. And she comes with a Magic Shield core, so those stats only get amplified. She's great in a Magic Shield deck. I don't know if I'd call a Magic Shield deck with Haos Titanilius. Maybe put a Magic Shield deck with Haos Titanilius. I don't know. But Haos Titanilius seems to have his more double his friends with Pyrus Nobilius Ultra and Aquos Cubbo. But Hunter Surge from the Brawler Cafe, he uses Pegatrix and he uses Pyrivrian Ultra for his Haos Titanilius, and he wins pretty much all of the tournaments. So yeah, well, I mean, I've only gone to one tournament, so maybe I have to start playing to defeat him and end his reign, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just not pay to play. But anyways, next up we're gonna go with a Fangzor, and this is probably the best Fangzor Ultra, because his stats are amazing. I think he can be used in either a Shield core deck or a Green Fist deck, and maybe pass up on the Green Fist because you have better options. Not because this Bakugan's bad, but because Ventus doesn't really have many good support cards. There's really that one action card that subtracts 500 B power, which is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good card, but you don't really want to use one faction, one faction just for one card that, I mean, you only have 3 copies of. It's not like Darkus with their Pact of Darkness. That thing can really save you, but Ventus needs a lot more support. And now, here's one of my favorite Bakugan, Ventus Dragonoid. Ventus Dragonoid is great because he's perfect for Helix Core decks. He's got some pretty gnarly stats. The only issue is that, like I said, with Ventus Fangzor, is that his that these cards that the action cards for Ventus aren't really that good, and even with Age of Aurelus being released, Ventus still doesn't have much support. So that's a big shame. But what can you do, right? And whoops, I messed that up. Do I have another Ventus Bakugan? Of course I do. It is Kubo. Whoops. Kubo, aka the Canadian Kubo, because this is the first Kubo that you get in Canada, and the only Kubo that you can get in Canada. Yeah, it's a fan favorite, Kubo. I'm more of a Trox guy myself, but you know, Kubo has its charm. The Destroyer of Worlds, Kubo. Let's see. Next, I think we will go with. Oh wait, never mind. Kubo isn't the only one that you can get. You can also get Darkus Kubo. Yes. Only reason you're able to get this is if you are in the Mississauga area and you go to the upper hand and you get a starter deck, because they're the only place in the country that has Bakugan Resurgence. Unfortunately, but bada bing. Not too bad, if I don't say so myself. Double Shield, I'm not sure. I think its evolution is pretty decent. I forgot. For some reason, I have Darkus Hydrus here. Oh yeah, because I ended up buying my own copy of it, because I was borrowing Darkus Hydrus Ultra from my friend Alex from BST for a really long time, but I ended up picking my own one up because it was on sale. So yeah, pretty cool if I don't say so myself. I don't know if people are still using him, but it's not bad. And then obviously we have our boy Trox. I accidentally opened him already, so yeah, but he looks cool. His base stats are also pretty good. Great for a mono Darkus deck or a control deck where you're focusing on reducing the making your opponent discard their cards, because that's really annoying, especially if they need those cards to play the game. And then the next Darkus Bakugan is Darkus Fangzor. And funnily enough, I only just ended up getting Darkus Fangzor because it came with a one of the starter packs. It was either the Aurelus Hallcore, I think it was the Aurelus Hallcore starter pack that I got that ended up getting Darkus Fangzor, because I don't really want to get duplicates if I don't have to. That's my main goal in life. But next up is a very scary Bakugan, scary for Halloween time. It's Krikelios. As you can see, it's white eyes in the midst of shadows hidden beneath in its ball form. But let's open this guy up. Bam! He opens up with his forehead. Apparently, he's super smart as well. But yeah, he's quite the beast, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, he a very detailed Bakugan, and also, man, I can't get over it. He's actually pretty creepy. If I were to wake up and this thing was just like staring at me like that, even in its just ball form, it's pretty crazy. Could you imagine seeing this in the sea? Whew. Would a Darkus Krikelios live in the sea? Or would it live in like some sort of dark realm floating? Or maybe the lower part of the sea? Then where would a Pyrus Krikelios live? In a volcano? I don't know. I don't want to get into that. That's a lore stuff that they have to answer, not me. What else? Oh yeah, Darkus Nilius. I ended up finally getting a Darkus Nilius. What? Was that from the Aurelus Hallcore set? It was from one of the starter sets. I don't know what took me so long to get a Darkus Nilius. Darkus Nilius is great for those discarding decks, but not that your opponent discards their cards, but you discard your card to power him up. Works decently with Bent and Dusk, just Bent and Dusk costs a bit too much, so I don't know. But yeah, he looks cool. I'm excited for its redesign for Armored Alliance, which has been leaked. Its Decaform has been leaked, so that's interesting. And that's all the Darkus Bakugan. I guess next we'll go with let's go with the Pyrus Bakugan. And first things first, this is one that we just recently opened on the channel. It is, let me place the back code here so we can open it. Bam. Mega Ultra Chicken. I think this one is messed up because it's not supposed, his head is not supposed to be looking straight up. It's supposed to be like that. I don't know what's going on with it. Huh. I'll keep this in the background. But actually, let me bring it back. We here in Canada, what day is it? It's August 14th, Monday, August 14th, when I'm recording this video. We don't have Wave 5 Ultras or Cores. We're still in like Wave 4.5, where we have Wave 4, but we have the battle packs for Wave 5. But everything else after that we don't have. So my mom went to the US and I said, hey, here's a list of Bakugan that I'm looking for, and I gave her a list of stuff from like Wave 5, Wave 6, and beyond. And luckily she was able to find Wave 5 in Buffalo, and I ended up getting this. So that's a nice story. Stats are really good. Evolution is expensive, so that's a bummer. But hey, you can probably play him without the evolution for a bit, but then he kind of gets outclassed in the late stage of the game. So depending on the Titan evolution for Dragonoid Ultra, it's gonna see if he gets outclassed or not for a Haos Titan Nilius deck, or a Fire Fist deck that's not wanting to do burn. But speaking of burn, actually never mind, he doesn't do burn damage. Pyrus Trucks. I love trucks. I think, am I missing any trucks? I think my friend Lamar Devante has my Aurelus trucks. He picked one up for me. I'm gonna trade him a Bakugan for it. But I think I'm missing. I have Ventus trucks. I have Darkus. I have Haos. I have Aurelus. Actually, I don't think I have Aquos trucks. That's probably the trucks that I'm missing. Aquos trucks. But oh well. Enough about trucks. Let's get to the next Bakugan. Next one is, we're going to be Mantinoid. Yeah. Whoops. Mantinoid is... Whoops, I had to delete some space on my SD card because I ran out of space, because I've been making a lot of videos the past couple days. Probably made like, this is my 8th video or 9th video this weekend. But anyways, Mantinoid. I actually really like him. I really want to do a worst to best video featuring Mantinoid. The big problem is that Ventus Mantinoid only has a Diamond Evolution, and he's been out since Wave 2. Diamond Evolutions are known to suck, so I really don't want to rank him before knowing his true potential. I don't know if it's Hyper or Titan Evolution is really good, or if it's also bad like Diamond Mantinoid, but like Ventus Mantinoid came out during the BR set, and now we're already done with Age of Aurelus, so I don't know what's going to go on with Ventus Mantinoid, because he came out in Wave 2, so maybe he's the forgotten Bakugan, or maybe they pushed him back, but I don't know. They released Darkus Hyper Dragonoid Ultra for some reason, and his toy is not even out yet, so I don't know what they're thinking. That's a rant from Zeonic Blader. But anyways, next Bakugan is Gortheon Core. And we actually just did a video on Gortheon Core, ranking all the Gortheon Cores from worst to best. If you want to check that out, make sure you check that out on the recent uploads. But honestly, I prefer Gortheon Core to its Ultra counterpart. Mainly because, I mean, he has a much larger presence because of the arms being put out like that. At least compared to this guy who is just like standing there like, whoa, monkey time. This guy's like, I'm ready to battle you. Though the backside's a bit less detailed, but the front really does make up for it. The head is also a lot more detailed. But next up is my new favorite Bakugan, because he's now the boss Bakugan of my new deck. It's Pyrus Serpentes Core, and interestingly enough, there's not many Bakugan, Pyrus Bakugan that have a lot more, like, they have a lot of red. I know there is Pyrus Dragonoid, but the other, more recent Pyrus Bakugan have a lot more orange on them that kind of take away from the red. But Pyrus Serpentes does have, the red is the main focus, and yeah, look at him. He's great. Man, I wish this guy had a diamond form, but unfortunately it was the Aquos one that did. But this guy has green teeth syndrome, so he got to go to the dentist. But he's honestly really, really powerful. His evolution is a 5 cost, which is the only downside for it. But I mean, once you get him going, he's gonna punish your opponent. If you open on a Fire Fist, he does 5 damage automatically to your opponent. So that can really mess them up. My deck that I'm building is based on this guy. It revolves around getting that effect out as soon as possible, and then just wailing on my opponent. But whoops, I messed up the closing of the Serpentes, so let me just fix that. There we go, all better now. Oops, let me, let's get to the next set of Bakugan. There we go, fresh new battery. Now we can continue. Let's get to my other main dude in my deck. Whoops. Whatever. Haos Tritonium Core. He has some really great stats. Only problem is I've been having trouble rolling him. He doesn't seem to like to pick up cores, which is kind of a pain because he's really great. Like, his stats are really great. And I know another Bakugan with some solid stats that aren't that good. I mean, there's some solid stats, but because it's picking up cores is really bad for it, people don't use it, and that is the original Pyrus Dragonoid Ultra. Now, luckily, they circumvented that by releasing another mold, but they try to play it off as it throws cores because its base stats are so good, but then they ended up they just ended up releasing a new version of it, so I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it was just a lie. Why would a multi-million-dollar company lie to us to appease us? I don't know. But, wow. That was quite the talk. Next up is Haos Dragonoid. But he's, like, curved like that. I don't know what he's doing. Wake up. Don't fall down. There we go. Haos Dragonoid. I like the colors of it. But, yeah. He's not very good. He's good for like 1 turn, because I think his effect is when you play it, you could add a certain amount of B power to a Bakugan, but there's just better Haos Bakugan to use compared to Haos Dragonoid. And then we have Haos Tyranno. I actually have forgot what his stats are, so once we look at the cards, we'll be able to know. But he looks cool. I know the Aurelus one is really, really good. It has the best Diamond Evolution, which is funny because I just said earlier that Diamond Evolution sucked. But I guess recently there's a couple Bakugan that have good Diamond Evolutions, and I will show you the other Bakugan that has a good Diamond Evolution, and her name is Pegatrix Ultra. Now in her ball form she looks like Fangzor, but there we go. She's one of the more taller Bakugan, but her Diamond Evolution is honestly really good. It's a lot better than her Hyper Evolution. Pretty much if you have I think 3 Bakugors, or if you have 3 Bakugors, then it gets 1000 B power, making her 2000 B power in total, which is actually pretty crazy, considering if you just like dump this as the third Bakugan for a Green Fist deck, and you have stuff like Mega Punch in your deck, it's super easy to get all those cores. So 2000 B power is like for I think it's a 4 or 5 cost, I'm not sure, but it's honestly really good and it's worth experimenting with. But next we will take a look at the Aquos Bakugan. Now we're back with a Nobilius, and let me show you how the Aquos Nobilius looks like, because see, this guy's head is looking forward, but the Pyrus one is looking up, so that's weird. Yeah, the Aquos one isn't that good. Aquos Pegatrix Ultra is a better Aquos Bakugan. I mean, you'd only use this guy in like what? I forgot what his cores are. I know one of them's a shield, but Aquos Pegatrix Ultra is a better one. But what am I even talking about? Anyways, next, Serpentese Ultra. This is probably one of the worst Serpenteses out there. It doesn't really do much, but yeah, at least it has a diamond evolution, and it's wasted because the best one is Pyrus one, obviously. But this guy is just bad. I only got him because I can get the Ventus Pegatrix out of the set that he comes with. And actually, I have no idea what Bakugan this is. Actually, wait, this is probably Aquos Pyrivian Ultra. Yeah, let me open him up. Whoop. Yeah, he's a flipperono. He likes to flip a lot. But yeah, that's Pyrivian. Apparently, it's supposed to be a chicken. I don't know what he is. He doesn't look like his picture. Maybe it's supposed to look at a different angle, like that. I don't know. But I was excited for him. The toy is a bit weird, but yeah, that's him. And then next up is another recent one that we've looked at in this channel, Aquos Gorthion Ultra. And honestly, only reason to get Aquos Gorthion Ultra is because if you are in the international area and don't have Bakugan Resurgence yet, because this guy comes with Deep Dive, and Deep Dive is honestly a great staple that you should have in your deck, because you get the reroll and you can draw a card as well. That's crazy. And the fact that they put it as a card that you can get into your thing, I mean, get just from buying the Bakugan, is really nice of them, because usually you don't want to put the main staples into that. You want people to have to search for them, at least when it comes to making money. I know it's cool that they did it, but bam. Enough about that. Aquos Tertonium Ultra, who is honestly really amazing. He has an innate reroll effect, which automatically makes him decent, and his stats are good, and he gets a B power boost when landing on a Helix core. So only downside to him is that he has a Green Fist core as well. I'm not sure if they made him double Helix, he would have been just like a must-have Bakugan. But the fact he doesn't have a double Helix means that if another Aquos Bakugan with a double Helix ends up coming up, that is a bit better. That means you can change between them. But the fact that he has a reroll effect is really good. And now, my original Hydrus core. The first Hydrus core I ever got was the Diamond Hydrus core, because really the Hydrus cores aren't that good. I guess the Darkus one was good for like a Green Fist deck, but then they got outclassed by Darkus Dragonwood Ultra, which hasn't come out yet, but his evolution's out. I don't know, but yeah, he looks. I'll say this all the time. He looks more like a platypus than a lion. So yeah, that's him. And then, bam, Aquos Pegatrix core. He is a staple for any Aquos shield deck, and he's so powerful. Like, he's like the main guy, at least depending on what the evolution for Aquos Fade Ninja is. I know he has a Diamond evolution, but really Diamond evolutions, I know I Diamond evolutions aren't really that good. But yeah, his stomach is like poking out, so you can do a Beyblade kind of thing. But yeah, Aquos Pegatrix Ultra, he's really good. And Aquos Bakugan, they have that that one card that lets you do 200 B power per Aquos Bakugan that you have. So like a one cost for 600 B power is crazy. And because Aquos shields benefit to the fact that 400 B power if you're an Aquos Bakugan, it's amazing. So I really want to play a Aquos deck, a mono Aquos shield deck. But enough about that. Aquos Fangzor, I have 2 copies of him because I got one from the starter deck and I got one from the battle pack. Honestly, must have Bakugan because he is great for a Fire Fist deck or pretty much any deck that needs a generic Aquos Bakugan. Like if you're playing a deck that doesn't really care about cores, then this guy is a good option because his evolution, 4 cost, 1000 B power, pretty average stats. However, his evolution lets you draw, I think 3 or 4, I think it was 3 cards. Lets you draw 3 cards, which is a lot of cards to draw for 4 energy. Whoops. There we go. But anyways, now we're at the final faction to look at, and we are going to be looking at the Aurelus faction to top it off. And we have Aurelus Garganoid Ultra. I'm going to open it in my hand. Actually, no, I shouldn't open it in my hand because I know once I opened Aurelus Garganoid in my hand and it actually hurt. So be careful when you're opening him. I mean, he is one of the best Aurelus Bakugan. Unfortunately, he's getting outclassed by Aurelus Hydronoid Ultra. But maybe when Aurelus gets more support, you can do like a mono Aurelus team with Hydronoid, Garganoid, and I think Aurelus Fangzor has a Fire Fist. I'm not sure, but yeah, his reign of terror is going to be over soon. So it's sad. It's a sad day. And then, oh hey, I have another Nobilius. Wow, that's surprising. There's really only a few Bakugan where I have multiples of their faction. So that's surprising. This is from the starter deck, and hey, he also has that problem where he's looking up as well. So maybe he's supposed to look like that. I don't know. That's weird. Next, we have I think this is Vicerox. Maybe. His core form is actually really cool looking. I actually really like the way it looks. I don't think any of them are good except maybe Haos. Vicerox, it has it's Haos with double magic shield. So if you want to play a magic shield deck, you don't want to use Haos Titanilius. You got Haos Vicerox, Aquos Pyrivian, and Ventus Pegatrix, which honestly, those 3 factions combined, they have some really good B power affecting cards. You use the Ventus one for the minus 500 B power for 1 energy, and then you have the Aquos and the Haos ones, which also have some pretty good. Aquos is the best for B power boosting cards, and then Haos is a second place for that as well. So pretty decent. I'm gonna try that out once I get Haos Vicerox. But Aurelus Vicerox, I don't know much about it. But here we go. Aurelus Krikelios. And now he is not as scary as his Darkus brother, because he looks more like a I don't know why Super Saiyan came into my mind. May have been watching too much Dragon Ball Z videos, but yeah, he's pretty cool. I mainly picked him up for the cards. Like, he comes with the Aquos reroll cards as well, so obviously I had to get him. And then we're almost to the last couple Bakugan, and we're going to go with this guy. Another platypus, my third Hydrus. It's Aurelus Hydrus. He had a Bakugan Elite in the first set, and if it was cheaper, it probably would have been absolutely amazing, because he comes with all of the icons. He comes with the double strike, he comes with the shadow strike, and he comes with something else. I forgot. I don't know. Whatever. But he's cool. Too bad his stats aren't really that good. But maybe one day I'll play around with him. But the last Bakugan is Aurelus Howlcore. It's not focusing. I don't know why. Maybe I'm too close. There we go. That's better. Aurelus Howlcore. He is really the only good Howlcore. There's Pyrus Howlcore, but his base stats are too weak, and his Evo is a 5 cost, so that's not cool. There we go. Aurelus Howlcore also had a Reign of Terror at our locals. Hunter Surge was using it before Aquos Pyrivian came on as a Magic Shield Bakugan. He had a cheap evolution, which was pretty good. But I mean, late game he's a bit harder to play with, because 900 B power can only get you so far, considering the evolutions later in the game get really powerful. But yeah, that is all the Bakugan that I have accumulated in the past few months. I've essentially doubled my collection, which is pretty cool. But next things up is to look at the cards that I picked up. Okay, so unlike last time where I had a nice binder I could show off my cards with, I don't have a binder yet, so we'll just have to look at them just from as if I were opening them in a pack opening video. And I have my Resurgence collection isn't that massive. I just pretty much have, it's just pretty much the starter decks, pretty much. Hey, quickfire. Yeah. Dan Kouzo. Emily's pretty decent. Holy Flame is cool. Oh, some character cards. A Tyranno, double Haos. Double Helix. Depending on his evolution, he might be pretty good. Nobilius Ultra. Mantinoid. He came with an Evo. Not that good though, right? Let me double check. I think the Evo was in this pile of cards. Or he wasn't? I don't know. I guess he wasn't. His Evo... Well, Hyper Mantinoid 2 cost 700 B power. Sucks. Why would you even bother using it? The Bakugan Resurgence starter decks are honestly bad. They're like not worth I wouldn't say they're not worth getting, but if you're a newbie, don't get them. They're trash for beginners. You can't. These are decks that you really just buy them for the bulk, which is sad because starter decks should be, you open them up and you play them, like with the Vanguard. Vanguard is perfect for that kind of stuff. Buying a starter deck and that's a cool card. Shargo's good. Nothing too crazy here. Shin Kazami. Did I say Dark Waters? Yeah. Yeah, like, cards aren't... These are just the cards that you get from the starter deck, so you probably already seen them so many times, where it's like, who cares? Show us the cool stuff, and I will. I will show you the cool stuff, because that's what we're going to look at next. Yeah, because these are pretty much just two these are just pretty much the cards I got from two starter decks. But here are a pile of cards I've got from purchasing singles and from Bakugan that I've got from the past couple months. But yep, Mega Punch is really good. Quick Fire is really good. Playset of Hyper Serpentine is another Mega Punch. Trox, Dual Strike. I picked up Dual Strike thinking I was like, oh, I might need to use them, but my lineup for my deck kind of changed, so it's more like I'd rather use the Haos reroll card instead. Luckily, I have a playset of those. Let me Hyper Tritonium. I need to get a couple more of these. Yeah, I'm using this instead of the Pyrus 3 cost one because it's cheaper. So cheaper it is, the better. Then here's the character card for Nobilius Ultra. Pretty good. The base stats are pretty good. Unfortunately, its evolution is too expensive, which really hurts it. Deep Dive, we got a playset of that. I got Aquos Gorthion just so I can get Deep Dive. Draw a card and you may reroll your Bakugan. Honestly, this card outclasses Inspire. I mean, you can still play Inspire along with this card, but like if you only have space for 3, then Deep Dive is definitely your go-to choice because you may reroll your Bakugan, so you don't have to reroll your Bakugan, which is great. Then just the character cards for Gorthion, the Diamond Gorthion evolutions, which suck. Serpentes, which is also not a good Bakugan. To fix my focus. There we go. Fangzor, not bad, but not good. The Haos Gorthion, Diamond Fangzor, Diamond Serpentes, Flooding Waters. This is the card that I said it was really good. If you're doing a Mono Aquos. Mono Aquos is probably, I think Mono Aquos and Mono Ventus are the only factions that can really pull off being mono. Because they have solid support. It's not the best support, but compared to all the other mono decks that you can build, Ventus and Aquos seem to have the best ones. And here's Halcor, Prismatic Bolt, and this thing. These are just character cards, another 2 of those. There we go. Cricelius Ultra. I think he has a reroll effect. Yeah, that's why. He has some great base stats, and he has a reroll effect. So, just like Aquos Tritonium. You may reroll this Bakugan. And he comes with a magic shield as well, so he outclasses Halcor if you wanted to use one. And then, this is also a really good one, Blinding Ink. I don't know which... I think maybe I got that with the Cricelios. I don't know. Maybe. But negate an action card that costs 3 energy or less, 2 energy to use. This is great. This is great against Wayne, great against Wax, because 2 energy is not like late game. Late game, your opponent uses Wax. They use up their 6 energy to play, and you can negate it. So, amazing. And then we have Hydrus. Oh yeah, double Helix, outclassed by Trox Ultra, or else Trox Ultra. Some more Battle Brawlers cards. There we go. Pegatrix, 300 plus 200. If it lands on a magic shield, and then you're going to be using 650, so it's going to be 1150, which is pretty crazy. Then Pegatrix Ultra. The only downside of him is that she doesn't have one Green Fist. If she had one Green Fist, she would have been perfect as a third Bakugan for a Green Fist deck, because you can just use the Diamond Evolution and use the effect that if you have 3 Bakugors, you can increase your B power by 1,000, which is honestly really, really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't, so it's something where you can't just splash it in. You have to make sure you have to make sure you think about it when you're building your deck, but still not bad. And then the plus 500 for 2 energy. It's pretty much just a generic boosting card, because I know they had Light's Courage, but that you have to be in Domination, otherwise they give you 400. So this one you don't have to be in Domination to use it, and you get 500, which isn't bad. It's better than Fire Boost. And then you have Tritonium Ultra, just tells you its effect reroll, but it also gets plus 100 B power for if it lands on a Helix, and plus 3 energy damage as well, which makes up for the Helix landing on a Helix, because Helix Bakugors, you have the basic 300 plus 3, which is really good, but you really want to be using the higher boosting ones like plus 500, because it reduces your damage output in return of giving you a lot more B power, and the fact that this guy gets a B power boost when landing on a Helix really offsets that. So yeah, and also the fact that he has a reroll effect is amazing too. And then Dark Waters. Great. Dark Waters and Deep Dive. Perfect. But anyways, whoops, all the cards are here. But anyways, it's probably been a long video. It's dark outside now. When I started recording this thing, there was still sunlight. What time is it? It's like 7:15 p.m. So I've probably been making this video for about an hour now. But yeah, this has been Zionic Blader, and let me know what your favorite Bakugan is in the comment section below. But until then, we'll catch you on the next one. Papa bless.